Have you ever wondered what the heck is going on inside that person's head? What if I told you there was a wild animal who could get away with anything? No cages, boxes, nets, or walls were safe from these slippery hands. They can fit into any space bigger than their eye. This makes them masters of escape, but they're not alone. There's someone else who wants to break out, and we don't know why. But let's see if this creature can escape from anything. Can a monkey escape from a box? Well, here's a monkey. Here's a box. Let's put the monkey in the box. That didn't take long. But now the question is, will the monkey escape? The answer is yes. How do I know? Because a monkey put me in a box once. Yeah, and my parents still don't know about it. But it doesn't have to be a monkey because octopuses can do the same thing. Just listen to this. If you lock an octopus in a box, could it escape? Well, the short answer is yes. And the long answer is also yes. And probably steal your snacks on the way out. You see, octopuses are basically ocean ninjas. They can squeeze through any hole that's bigger than their eyeball. And since they don't have any bones, they can turn themselves into a puddle of jello and slip through the tiniest of cracks. Yep, that's right. These master escape artists can get through any opening that's larger than the pupil in their eyes. So if you try to contain one in a box, it'll simply ooze its way out. I mean, look at this footage of an octopus escaping from an aquarium. Sure, you can put it back, but good luck keeping it in next time. Or this guy who unscrewed the lid off his jar. Or this octopus who managed to climb out of his tank while his owners were sleeping. He then made his way across the floor, slipped through a gap in the wall, and disappeared down a drain. Legend has it he joined a gang of sewer-dwelling octopi who live by the motto, once an octopus, twice shy. And all of these escapes are thanks to octopus's unique physical traits and intelligence. First, they're extremely flexible. Octopuses can squeeze through tiny openings because they don't have any bones in their bodies. Their muscles allow them to contort their body into almost any shape. They can even turn themselves into a blob and squeeze through small spaces. Second, they're great problem solvers. Octopuses can use tools, navigate mazes, and even figure out how to unscrew jars. They're so smart that they can recognize themselves in the mirror. Third, they're excellent at escaping. We already mentioned that, but it's worth noting that octopuses have a knack for finding their way out of any enclosure. They're so good at it that some have become famous escape artists. In 2016, an octopus named Inky broke out of his tank at the National Aquarium of New Zealand and made his way across the floor to a drain where he disappeared. Another octopus named Heidi managed to escape her tank at the Tennessee Aquarium by turning herself into a flat pancake. She then slithered under a door and into the aquarium's mechanical room. And yet another octopus named Kali escaped her tank at the Monterey Bay Aquarium by squeezing through a small opening near the top of the tank. She then made her way onto the ceiling and into the aquarium's crawl space. And finally, fourth, they're sneaky. When octopuses want to hide, they can change color to blend in with their surroundings. They also have two big eyes that can pop wide open to scare off predators or humans. But when they're trying to be sneaky, their eyes can pop up to 360 degrees, and they can see everything around them. So if you think you can outsmart an octopus by hiding from it, well, think again. They're smarter than you think. In fact, they're so smart that they'd probably make fun of you for thinking they're stupid. Plus, they'd remember your face and wouldn't let you forget it. So you might be wondering what makes them so smart. Well, it's partly because they have big brains. Their intelligence rivals that of dogs and some primates. They can learn new tricks, solve puzzles, and recognize individual humans. They also have excellent memories and can remember things for years. So you might be wondering, what if I'm an octopus? Well, if you are an octopus, you're in luck. You already have all the skills you need to survive in any situation. You're flexible, intelligent, great at escaping, and really sneaky. What more could you ask for? Well, maybe some superpowers. Like being able to breathe underwater and change color like a chameleon? Oh, never mind. You already have those too. Now, since we're talking about octopuses, I should mention their bonus superpower, color-changing camouflage. They can turn themselves almost any color they want. When they're happy, they might turn blue. When they're mad, they might turn red. When they want to hide, they might turn green. And when they feel threatened, they might turn white. They can also change the color of their skin to match their surroundings. For example, if an octopus is hanging out on a rock, it might turn gray to blend in with the rocks. Or if it's swimming through a coral reef, it might turn pink to match the coral. This ability allows them to ambush their prey or sneak up on them without being noticed. They're basically sea-level magicians. I mean, just think about it. An octopus can turn himself into a bunch of different colors. He can also change the color of his skin to match his surroundings. This means that he can basically be invisible whenever he wants to. And you won't believe what happens when an octopus uses his powers for evil. I mean, look at this octopus who turned himself blue and stole all the fish food. Or this octopus who changed the color of his skin to match the coral and ambushed a poor, unsuspecting fish. And this octopus who turned himself black and scared the crap out of a diver. Octopuses are dangerous, powerful creatures who should not be messed with. Don't be fooled by their cute looks. They're anything but harmless. It's no wonder they're the most popular exhibit at aquariums. People love to watch them slither, squirm, and squeeze their way through all sorts of obstacles. And let's be real, who doesn't love an animal that can change color and solve puzzles? Not only are they fascinating to watch, but they're also super cool to have around. They're great for parties, and they always liven up any event. Just imagine the look on your guests' faces when they see an octopus playing with a ball or solving a maze. It's an experience you won't soon forget. But it's not all funny games for these little guys. Octopuses are also very serious about their business. They're hard workers who are always on the lookout for new ways to improve themselves. They're constantly learning new tricks and solving new problems. They're not afraid of hard work, and they're always up for a challenge. Octopuses are the ultimate escape artists. They can wiggle their way out of any situation. If you ever find yourself in a tight spot, just think of an octopus and how it would handle it. Chances are they would just laugh and find a way out of it. So next time you see an octopus, take a moment to appreciate its awesomeness. Whether it's wriggling out of a jar or solving a puzzle, these little guys are always up for a challenge. You might be wondering, what if I put an octopus in a box? Would it escape? Well, the short answer is yes, and the long answer is also yes, and probably steal your snacks on the way out. So if you ever find yourself locked in a box with an octopus, don't blame us when it escapes and takes all your snacks with it. You've been warned. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, or Inky might find your house next.